This is big news. I mean, it's been news enough just to be acknowledged, but now you've got a documentation that's in Paris, and we're getting closer and closer.
We are so excited for this step. We've been anticipating this for a few years, but now it is truly official. We have received notice of the decision that was made by UNESCO to move our nomination forward for a vote in July of 2023. So we, at that point, hopefully, will be a World Heritage designated site right here in Ross County.
Just the fact that you've been given a date, it seems like the fuse has been lit, does it not?
It does feel like that, and now I feel like we're on a time crunch of everything we have to do to get ready for this nomination.
The checklist is there then. You're starting to go through things. Are we ready?
We're not ready yet, but it's not saying we're not working on getting ready. So one of the initiative here, one of our checkoff items was to create an app so people could find their way around Ross County. We will actually be expanding that to where they can get to Newark, and they can get to Fort Ancient, and they can get to every community in between. So we know heritage travelers like to experience the whole region. They're not, unfortunately, just not going to come to Chillicothe and stay here. They're going to experience Chillicothe, and they're going to see Tecumseh, and they're going to go to Adena and our downtown. But we also have to help them get to the other sites from here. So that was step one for us. So that's now been checked off the list. And that app will actually adapt to 6 different languages. So it'll help as our international visitors come to Ross County. We're also working on a wayfinding program, a signage program. So you'll have entrance points at all points of the county telling you how to get around and what not to miss as you're driving in Route 50 or down 23 or 35 or however they're coming in. So we're hoping to have that launched by the end of this year. Again, just another task as we're preparing for this.
One more thing to do.
Yes, this influx of travelers that we're going to be seeing.
So this dossier that you have in front of you, this is several, it looks like at least 300 pages.
Yeah, a little over 300 pages. Yeah. And this is actually the application that was in Paris that they actually reviewed and said, we're ready now. And we'll have international visitors here in early fall that will actually be visiting the sites and the community to make sure we're ready.
It's larger than the Chillicothe phone book.
Which came out yesterday. Yes. It's a soul-moving experience to read this. I've read it twice already. It's beautiful. And we're hoping to get a publisher to pick this up and do some coffee table versions so we can actually sell, because people's interested in learning about all of these sites.
The Chillicothe would be considered
it's going to be a huge thing for us. So the closest site right now is Mammoth Cave in Kentucky. Gatlinburg, Tennessee is a site. The Statue of Liberty is a site. Frank Lloyd Wright has numerous sites around the country that is one nomination. That was the last one that was inscribed. San Antonio Missions in Texas is a serial nomination site. It includes the Alamo. But yeah, I mean, to think that our Hopewell Ceremonial Earthworks is going to be on that list. I mean, what an incredible thing for us.
Is there a possibility of them in 2023 saying no?
There's always a possibility, right? There's a lot of checks and balances even to get to this point. I mean, we are very confident for us to get this close. We're very confident that it's going to move forward. Let's say they're here in the fall and it's just a horrible experience or whatever. I mean, they could say, well, we think you need to do this, this, and this before. I was just on a call with folks around the state of Ohio who's much more intelligent than I am. We don't feel like that's going to happen. I mean, we're very confident. And there'll be a review in like May before the July vote to say, hey, yeah, you're good. We think this is going your way. But hopefully they all wake up that day and they're all in a good mood and their coffee's great and the planet is aligned.
And we've had no more epidemics.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that took us a year back, really, because they didn't meet last year and vote on sites because of COVID and the pandemic.
What can people do now? What can they do to help? What can they do to learn more?
So I would say right now there's several things. We need to engage the community. Are they ready to see folks from other countries being here? They might have to wait a little longer at a restaurant to get service, or the lines at the store might be a little longer. That's all positive things for me, but we want them to have a good experience when they're here. So is the community aware of everything there is to do? So if someone is at a gas station and says, where should I eat tonight? Or where should I stay? Or what else is there to do? Are they aware of everything that's here? I mean, I feel like everyone knows about Tecumseh. We're in our 50th year this season, right? So that's like a go-to that I hear a lot of times. People say, oh yeah, you have to see Tecumseh while you're here. But we don't want to forget we also have the ARC has done great work out at Junction and Steel Earthworks. These folks are going to want to see everything about earthworks in the region, not just Ross County. Mm-hmm. And there's also funding opportunities to help us with this project. This has not been a cheap process in any way. It's a multi-million-dollar project. We're still looking for funding. There's still things we have to do to continue on this path. So you can visit our website that will link you over to Ohio History Connection, or you can go directly to Ohio History Connection, and then there's donation buttons specifically for World Heritage.
Will you be hitting the speaking tour?
I will probably be doing a few more engagements than I typically do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
But very excited about this.
Anything I have not asked about?
I just want to congratulate everyone who's worked on this project from day one. This started in 2008. I mean, there's been a lot of time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears put into this, and a lot of people need to be recognized. Jen Altman being one with Ohio History Connection. John Hancock, he's really the one that put this dossier together, and he's been the ambassador of our World Heritage leadership, actually going back before 2008, before it wasn't even a committee. And so there's a lot of people. The National Park Service here at Hopewell, Dr. Ruby, Susan Nisley, I mean, they live and breathe this every day, and we're very appreciative. And all the Native Americans that was here 2,000 years ago. We wouldn't even be having these talks with the ground. If they wouldn't have laid the groundwork, we wouldn't be here today.
And